Landmines and jellyfish, welcome back to Knives I Guess, and try putting your shoes on, then putting your socks on. Become ungovernable. So Harbor Freight Icon Knife Watch 2023. I checked my status on it a little while ago, and it says it's out for delivery. So maybe just enough of you believed just hard enough and FedEx will pull through. Then we can take our first look at it and kind of tear into the stinkiness that it has around it, and maybe something interesting will happen. But what we're going to do today is we're going to take a look at the TEMU knives, not the Harbor Freight knives. But we're going to look at the TEMU knives, and I'll show you which one got the boot. And there are a few things to note before we tear into this. Number one, the wife picked most of these out, and a lot of these came in before I knew what they were until I opened the box. There were a few of them she showed me, and I knew they were clones and got rid of them, and a few clones were pointed out after the fact and they were gotten rid of. I am very anti-clone and don't like having them on the channel. However, this is TEMU, this is its own separate beast, so some stuff is going to fly. There may be a couple of clones show up that I don't know about. One of them has been marked as someone else's design. However, it's the Super Budget Showdown, and we are too far into it to start sending stuff back now, so it's just got to fly. Another thing is the rules of the Super Budget Showdown, just like Season 1, and if you haven't seen Season 1, I'd love it if you'd go watch. That was a lot of work for not very many views. But it's got to be 15 bucks or less, and these are all, most of them are well below 15 bucks. 2, it's got to have a pocket clip. 3, it's got to be tip up, and 4, it has to have a locking mechanism. And of course, the locking mechanism is for safety. The tip up carry is so that it has the best chance possible of being a good knife for me. And those 4 requirements make it hard to find stuff. I believe she was scrolling through TEMU for 45 minutes to an hour before she found each one of these. It was difficult. And a lot of these, there's no branding on them. A lot of them, I don't know what they are. When you buy stuff through TEMU, you get pictures, you get a letter salad Chinese company name, and pretty much nothing else. No specs, no blade steel, absolutely nothing. So, folks, we are going in dry. But we're going to get into this, and the first one, of course, is the butterfly knife. And this thing, let's flick the bean on it. It's a spring-assisted opener. It's got the laser etching on the blade right here, which is pretty deep. It feels engraved. That's some deep etching. Butterflies are painted on the handle, which I believe is steel. Pocket clip is tip up. The Lord's carry. And liner lock. And this thing feels pretty decent, but that's knife number 1. Knife number 2, yeah, I said number 2, is going to be this guy right here. And this one, it's a flipper tab. Let's flick the bean. It looks like it's on bearings. You got a liner lock right here, tip up pocket clip. I'm going to quit saying Lord's carry every time because, we know. But you got very fake Damascus patterning on here that wouldn't fly under any other circumstances, but it's the TEMU Super Budget Showdown. And I've got 2 of these, which happened by accident. And somebody pointed out that this looks very, very much like a Strider, but it's not 100%. It's not quite a clone, but it's towing the line. The third one that we have is going to be this gentleman style knife with pack of wood on a steel frame. And let's flick the bean. Yeah, got that nice long CRK TCEO style blade. And this one claims to be D2. The liner lock is a little bit too far recessed to be easy to use, but it does work, so I'm okay with it. Knife number 4 is this little guy right here, and it does look like some other knives, but so many of them are made like this, especially with the steel frame and, random holes drilled in it, that I don't think it's a clone of anything, but let's flick the bean. So you got this nice sheep's foot style blade. You've got a frame lock right here, tip up pocket clip. I believe it's on bearings, and this feels like a good little knife. I do like it. I'm trying not to be biased towards this one because there's a lot of other pretty good candidates. And, of course, this may wind up having big quality of life issues I don't see right out of the gate. Number 5 is going to be this guy right here. It is branded as a Chongming, according to the pocket clip. And you've got a spring-assisted open. You've got very fake feather pattern Damascus. You've got the laser etching right here on the bolsters on both sides, which I actually do like that a lot. I'd love to find that on a budget knife with better materials and not from TEMU. I really do like that. Knife number 6, the silver gentleman style knife, and let's flick the bean. Nice long gentleman style blade. I do like the Tanto tip on it a little bit. It also claims to be D2. It's a frame lock with a tip-up pocket clip, and I'm not seeing too many potential problems except for this lanyard lanyard mounting point right here, the lanyard hole. Number 7 is going to be the purple and silver goofiness right here. Let's flick the bean. And you got a liner lock. You got, I think, a stainless steel frame. Pocket clip is tip up. And the blade claims to be M390. And I get a laugh out of that every time. Apparently the guys that sell M390 knives are charging way too much because I got M390 for $7. You know, the deals are out there, folks. Number 8 is this black Browning knife, and let's flick the bean. Really snappy assisted opener. You got a liner lock, pocket clips tip up. You got what is marketed as a glass breaker, but I'm pretty sure this really couldn't break anything. It feels like maybe aluminum. Number 9 is this Browning, and this is also an assisted opener. And this thing came with a lanyard, which is a nice touch. That may end up getting cut off because if that wraps around, guess what you can't open? The blade. So that's number 9. And number 10 is this Browning right here. Let's flick the bean on it. That was a good bean flicking. And you got, you know, this blade profile right here. You've got a liner lock. You've got a tip-up pocket clip, these wood scales. And this is the one that was penned as definitely another design. So I wish I would have caught that sooner and I could have returned it and got something else. And Ned Foss also copied this for a much larger version. But we got to let it fly for the purposes of the showdown. And after this is over, it'll never be seen again. And again, I apologize about any clones that show up. I hate clones, but this is a different beast entirely. So number 8's the one that got the boot, and it had the most votes by a long shot. A few others got about 2 votes apiece, but this one had 7 votes. I would have liked to have seen a higher turnout on the votes because that video got a lot of views, but I guess guys were like, I'm not interested. So you guys pick this one out. Bye forever. And it's going to be filled in by this guy right here that I wasn't about to let go. This whole thing's painted. I want to see how the paint holds up to carry. Let's flick the bean. And I want to see how the paint on this blade holds up to cardboard slayer in general use. So these are the 10 that we're going to see. And they're not going to be in this order. I'm going to carry whatever I feel like. But, gentlemen, this is the eve of destruction. Tomorrow, I got to start carrying these things, and it's going to be 10 weeks. So I really hope you guys enjoy following along and seeing how these things do. And they're going to get their regular testing. I'm going to see if they shave, if they push cut paper. I'm going to see how well they handle cardboard slayer. If they can shave or push cut paper before I start, I'll have a good idea of how dull they get after however many cuts through cardboard. And, just general quality of life. How well do they carry? How comfortable are they? The deployment, folding them back up, all that. And I did this so you don't have to, because I've been in an abusive relationship with curiosity for quite a few years now. So this is everything that we got. I hope you enjoy following this along, and I hope you guys do watch all the videos and keep up with it, because I'm excited to make it. And, that's a lot of time invested in, stuff that I want people to see and I want people to enjoy. So all that being said, thanks for looking at my crap. And we're going to find out which one of these is the cream of the crap. And thank you for the subscribers. You guys have no idea how humbling it is to have people enjoy watching the stuff I make. And thanks for the comments. I love a bit of feedback. And all that being said, y'all have a nice day.